they never feature in any game. Now you have a man like, is it Richard Lamptey of Kotoko? Such a brilliant footballer, hard-working footballer, who has been called who have been called to come, and the coach foolishly refused to feature him. Because that's the only way you can test the local boy and see whether he's good. And I can assure you, if that boy had taken part of the match yesterday, he would have been outstanding. That's why I say we have problems. And the problems are problems that can only be solved by government focusing very seriously on sports in this country. At the moment, it seems we have lost everything. Boxing, we are nowhere. Athletics, we are nowhere. Football, the main passion of the nation, we are nowhere. It's not a question believing that his presence will do much for the Black Stars. The boy is an intelligent footballer. I've watched his game several times. In fact, many times people get even amazed that I am a big that look, I am very objective in life. You follow me? That boy, if he can get a good trainer, will go far. And this is the time. Now, if the coach were a bit wise, he would have tested him for even 15 minutes and see. But I didn't feature him at all. Because if you
promise. Say the video, I don't know. Promise 102.7. Yaboabo nsema no foforo aide eba dwumade ne din highway sports. Yabeso su nonsia na nonsia kase bo na atoa so promise 102.7. Ka kire wunua se ahyase highway sports yate ede yasikwan so ntu onkan ho na yenyina na yemfa dwumade no enhihye so kopem se nonsia ebebo a yabesori so ene ensem bebre ene aboabo no ede eba eti program na ese yokan ho Facebook search for a promise radio Facebook ebiema wo like no share afodo comment ka ho a yebeka ni nyina awie dwumade so ede ama so ena betina search for oil passports on Facebook also no obetimi do nsem nyina fa ho awie yebeka ede ama abadwafo ni nyina ofia ene me no mo beka bom na fei yetimi edi dwuma na yebekọ line so yebedidi nkomo ene yensem no dodo na ebefa eye Black Stars of Ghana eye African Cup of Nations ekọ ya yede anim guase ene bepiem ewo ye omem ha enura na Black Stars players no dodo na no etina avoa mu ebepiem kutoka wiem hyenjirabre se de emse ba bi obi ade na ni beche bia no odnani akye Black Stars ba ye busa se de na ese ye ema ye Black Stars no etimi eyeye ntine mene abadwafo beka bomni atwetwe ho enkomo ensesan ye bai ena ese ye ewo Black Stars team mu a ebetimi aboa ama Black Stars no etimi etumpon na ensesan ne bi no ena the Ghana Football Association ena wie ya omudi atudwa se omoyi nipa makomakunum amato omudi the search committee say GFA appoints a 5-member search committee for Black Stars coach. Omoyi nipa num so omonkotena se na omomomodin enye adwuma so mbetimi ayi coach foforo e de ama Black Stars na nyoma ahodo a efeni so omohia na nyina no omo e de ato the search committee nanim owura ani din e de eye Mark Ado ono oye vice president e de ma the Ghana Football Association ono ene be chair eye sa committee nyono nko a eye legal practitioner and afi law lecturer eye lawyer is Ankuma Esquire ono ene be vice afi director of coaching education of GFA Professor Joseph Kwame Minta Professor Minta ono so ewo hobi Ghana football legend Lord Opokunti ono so eka hobi and afi chief director of Ministry of Youth and Sports owura William Caesar Carter ono eso member edema committee we ni nipa makomako numa the GFA ayi omo so mo enhwe no momoa na wotwemiensa eno mo fani omo dwuma no mo enyi coach emfama the Black Stars of Ghana na omo hye ne kama ebeba na nyina de atodwa first week de omo hia free omo second week de omo hia and afi third week susu de omo hia de efri omo ho and afi criteria omo de ato so omo de be head coach de ama the Black Stars of Ghana no makomako say enum eno mo de ato say yenhwe so na yemfanyi coach emfama the Black Stars of Ghana ni nyina no say dem kan ye bedi ho nkomo ene awiai e Highway Sports dwumadi ni so nya no nko former striker edema the Black Stars of Ghana Augustine Ahemfo ono so akasa e de afa Black Stars tournament koboy wo Cote d'Ivoire o se ase ahomaso bi wo Black Stars team no ho na onim say ye players so say management so hwan but the ohun and say ahomaso wo Black Stars team no eno so ho nsem wa ha ene ye bedi ho enkomonye no nko a Ajimambedu former player the Black Stars of Ghana or team no lack character and confidence and so nsem wa ha bebe modern ni Ajimambedu edi nkomo afi ewura yen club football ma abrante ni dere Albert Yonde or former player the crowds of folk enei one ni agent won se omodo omo nsem kwakodan FIFA ne nyina ne se House of Folk entry to omuye we nyina ene nsem bebre ene aboabo no ne aide ebebram ewo Highway Sports dwumadi so program no say dem kan no obetimi do messages aba Promise Radio and say or passports on Facebook or passports on Facebook ho nyina do messages fa ye be kan nyina ede amam ebredo ebebie line na amanfo be che won adwene ewo dwumadi so tro number ne to 0536161607 0536161607 and afi 0536178883 0536178883 ho nyina no o tworo to eduru a ebebie na wo so watimi edo won nsem no aba bedwafo no ofia ha bafo wa the danger man wodi kan agena dwasa so na say Obed echiredin o ha na afi Alhassan Said Zakito ono so ofia team of producers o mta yachi aboabo nsem na no de Abraham de Odano ye Samuel Kemensa Saso na Solomon Kata born again Clementino the darling boy and afi baba Isa omunyina etayachi na wiei yatena se ewo ye Promise 102.7 the Highway Sports the Abraham danger man akwaba
hello source major so
bibia ekoso kama de
nanka koyia na ministry ni decide somebody di Ghana for atem
ministry
minister of sports minister no ena mu decide say ewi ombedi di Ghana for atem kadanka yete ba bia yawo ni Ghana for di we mu no eno na nanka yegusu a nanka ya adwen yegusu a yedi yawo no ba ministry no decide say on be say di Ghana for atem more minim say who dem statement in a ministry na issue na it is hollow, uninspiring and insulting to Ghanaians. The statement from the Minister of Sports is hollow, uninspiring and insulting to Ghanaians. And it's a statement that on behalf of Ghanaians we are rejecting flatly. We are rejecting statement, you know. Such statement here, Minister, it is hollow, uninspiring, and insulting to Ghanaians.
But for your statement, go.
Me patrol. Me so me say me babro fo a. Same beje. And I me for the man.
Na so wa betumi akan.
Me kind da.
On kind.
Me kind because the anger in me kind the assembly ba.
Okay, let's
but the person me can say the statement from the Minister of Sports is hollow, uninspiring, and insulting to Ghanaians. And we will not accept it. We don't accept that statement.
It's an mama na omo muti ehwe no munyina hu yenka eya amanfo se program no live on Promise TV live on Promise TV
me from my head
abet me ahwe wo wiase afa na nyina on your TV nti send mama why so ka send nyina na send mama
you see
na ontimi nyani mienu ade se
oh bet my na say ya na bro so ya abampo de dada you see the minister cannot insult Ghanaians this way. He cannot insult. You see na me hear you me call back but there's a
but the family bed
me Obed na tibrofo so na colleague nti but you see say okay kasa ansem we chire Ghana fo a won fan ko ba bia o I insulting. You see, they could see what enye the person yet ni o. Kabadisa na ministers met to. Kabadisa Kabeka minister was dissolve Ghana Football Association. Kabeka minister Kabeka who say I mean do something. Something must happen. Bibi abaju Ghana football. Everyone who say please a certain decision or action being taken to serve as a form of as a punishment. Who say and yet me the word to use, but something that will suit the heart, the pains of Ghanaians. What I say? Someone can say na enim dada. One enim someone can and some minister na kanu. One enim dada. Brofun kwa Ghana ha brofun kwa school for mo school na mo Ghana. Una because we be na mo de bata so brofu sa. Ye be we do. Now I don't know akoso say. Na omo kwati committee coach aye me fa me hobai. Coach so me e de on be coach.
Ye be ba ho.
Ka me fa mo but we minister na kanu. I say coach committee no makote no. Some na waka no. Take your time and read it. What the kind of try who kind so who say who asatifu. Aya.
O ba do nya bi.
Oh, what take a screenshot of your phone so.
Okay.
One day one near that you record download the cry. So I say, hey.
Me pena ya kan. Me nim baby aba fo ka say eye didi atem kra.
Eye didi atem. O dear. Me baby. What say? Regrettably.
Oh, yeah.
The recent continued poor performance.
Me drew sa chapter na me go.
Okay, I mean.
Listen, no.
Regrettably. The recent and continuing poor performance of the Blasters highlight fundamental structural systemic deficiencies.
It highlights fundamental structure.
Mental so.
But structure again. Football structure again. That is so good.
Systemic deficiencies.
The football.
There's a deficiency
in our football ecosystem and journey. This is said that despite our unwavering support and considerable investment, leaving no stone unturned, the team has not delivered.
And your committee assembly. Committee, we don't care about committee. We want to talk to this.
No, right. Such
okay, over the uncle fu one and
statement indicate
uncle can fu one.
Not yet. And I the import of us. What did you gonna fight?
Born again for the Ministry of Youth. Almost statement.
No, but I can't stand this.
Yeah, but
it is becoming too much.
Now, but say,
I don't say it's becoming too much.
Yeah, but say, me kwa kana fe na margin abaso. If aban the original ho de ma aban e ba ya gudie
ni mu.
The sports ministry. Who say ye football say no.
I was systemic structural deficiencies.
Fundamental structural and systemic deficiencies. That means if free na chassis no.
Aya kama.
Problem wo ho. Your football system no. Tokro de na ofa ni nyina na okabuma emfa hone support ai de ama ene resources ai Black Stars yehia comprehensive say yetena se na ye doso nwomam
after we just trust you no yan ko deep
ye doso nwomam na ye hihye ye football ni ye na etimine ye nisuade hunu ene nwoma ye pese hu na ye football ne de breye no etimine na eko.
You see why the minister must be fired?
Na okay
this is why the minister must be fired.
In the coming days, the ministry, in consultation with the national team stakeholders, will announce a strategic plan to identify the causes and the roadmap towards the revival of the Black Stars. We recognize the urgent necessity to address the underlying issues and are poised to embrace holistic approach towards rebuilding and reviving our football. And I see a committee.
You see why it is insulting? Because while he was writing, the committee was being formed. Yes, I know man all can know. On train settlement will go for baby being kanye. I'm telling you.
There's some more share.
So committee will be useful in the Sunday there.
Oh, share on a pa a TV. That's just see assassin on Facebook and also.
Sometimes I don't
full statement. If I shall say full statement. Okay, young koi.
So
on our TV.
Sometimes I don't regret for not going to school. Because someone go school, no one do my bro too much. Because this is coming from an intellectual learned and a lawmaker. But why?
Striker, do you really have to read this statement?
Oh, why not? I'm on for her. I'm on for tea. Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, sure.
No, because the first two, no, they just talk about we out Monday, January 22nd, 2024, stand as a solo.
This minister must be fired immediately because of this statement.
In our football history, as Black Stars exited from the 2023 AFCON competition, Côte d'Ivoire, thereby concluding their journey in the competition. The Ministry of Youth and Sports profoundly shares the disappointment and devastation, echoing through the hearts of millions of Ghanaians and followers of Ghana football, both home and abroad, despite the indicators,
despite the indications
that all is not well with our beloved Black Stars. Hope
what?
Persist.
The minister knew that all was not well with her. He said, "I'm not before."
Hope persisted upon this fateful mandate. Jibu asem so be me akan dia and you see can be a chirim me you can be an to aso fro because you see this ah yes because you see a kind
well mebo ni nyina to fa
there be a montofa e bo montofa
me position
so be catch say there were indicators that all is not well.
All was not well.
But hope
minister
upon that faithful mandate. That's what I try to say. Yakobo tournament no.
The minister knew.
And you man go here with the blasters. The kind indicators are. Na say you man start you know say you man.
Indicators are no na indices no.
The bit be there say sir.
Okay.
Name hope. Into tournament now o dey call you no. Ah o ma ye ball ka call you no. You
$25 million
based on hope.
$25 million. The minister took Ghanaian taxpayers $25 million on the basis of hope to Côte d'Ivoire.
Second paragraph.
To Côte d'Ivoire.
Oh, the strike also kind second now. Because they are made tears and say, oh, so said despite the indicators. Now say despite despite that you say.
Now, who said, and money being quiet. Now, so for $25 million of the taxpayers' money. So the Côte d'Ivoire. This minister is still there.
Has it been confirmed with $25 million?
And they just say, the man of parliament. Who
was the Kafu for Biawde Bana?
Incident, I mean,
and yet
that is what is in the public domain.
The report and then the number bonten. Me amend your opportunity ne Jamal, who is the special assistant to the minister, Edin Komo, and I'll say enye from the minister. Nyabotre, or say minister nan kasai after the AFCON.
And it's coming saying
Nyabotre na omo egusu boabo omo de release beba bontin. On the stance of the government.
Nobody
Minister Beko Mashe Bedwem. Na eka Ghana yakobo Côte d'Ivoire ani sika ye twa to se de kobo tournament ni nyina. Ba ko kan nyina o parliament.
For honorable Okudo to Abelakwa to himself to say onim onyanhu enyamba parliament. Yana anti obi abaka bia jibu daka o can say last AFCON sa no me 27 million by we na 2.something million you must spend it and then we say at least as a journalist ye nya ye den kese nya botre na ye twen no ko parliament no so be nya
yes journalist nya botre ukro who is saying this
nobody
now when you figures the discussion that
nobody
I am permitted to allowed by the tenets of this profession to speculate, don't I?
Oh, when you speculate on something that
something on what? Until they come and tell us what it is. This is what I'm saying.
No, but you know that
Obi is one spokesperson to the minister. Had the opportunity of talking to a journalist. Denying figures that were going around. He refused to give one figure. Let him go. We are stupid. Or we are daft. Huh? You let him Ghanaians are daft.
Because he can't give you because it means a young parliament.
We don't care. I am not talking about parliament. I'm not interested in what he's going to say in parliament. I'm not interested in that. I am not interested in what the minister is going to say in parliament. I don't care about that one.
Mr. Wa, yenina yeti enyoma haye. Ghana sika yakosa
papa no one kasa enjibo I believe you know I trust you so no one kasa and try say or deny what was going on in the public space and you can accept it but why you can say me what say be I want your special assistant to the minister and one kasa he refused to give you one figure.
No, are we stupid? The minister hasn't gone to the
are we stupid?
Bafo.
Are we stupid?
I don't have any problem.
That is the point I'm making.
What I'm saying is say figure now wo kano wa ka kire me say it's not true.
It was a saying. It was a saying. Because are you ready to tell you say true there? As I say ready to back figure natural. And then he should keep quiet until they go to parliament and tell Ghanaians.
We insist on the $25
million.
You young court statement.
We did the same. We should very carefully.
Jack me back.
Yeah, say ya na so for ebinum ya you. The last time I talk about 2.5.
Over me too.
And you have to be careful as at least to hold your own
paragraph for the statement. The sports ministry is telling Ghanaians that there were indicators that all is not well with the Black Stars. There were indicators that all is not well with the Black Stars. But again, some factors so. But hope. So according to the sports ministry, we played this tournament using hope. Into a one kasa ni mama kuma mu say tournament na ye kone and your man died said all is not well with the Black Stars. Nemom na omo di gidie na ahye mu say yemfa nko tournament. That is what the sports ministry is telling us at this particular point in the statement. Jibo asem no modu.
Me too.
Asem no modu papa.
Me too.
So wo panyina ya de wasi ade ano. Tournament na wo kono. Mutimi kasa convince o man panyini mo ni players be ye dinner. Ebra na munim pefe say all is not well. So the first question will be say ebra munya the indicators that all is not well with the Black Stars. Then omo here to fix it. Before Yakoko Piomo could
Good question. Good question.
If you are telling Ghanaians that all was not well and there were indicators, on say our time here, so we were surprised.
Yes.
But in their statement, they are trying to tell Ghanaians they expected these disappointments
because they saw it coming.
Nemom na oya de ayes o ba wabon okwo tro exam for him say akola no onya ade ba gidie taachire ahede nyame beye. That is what the sports ministry is saying at this point in their statement. And I was reading the statement me kind of before say the two screens. At no point did they accept that they are part of the problem.
I think I come on. So bad.
Strike. Sports ministry no. E koma ye dinas ye oma me asan de oma bambiem ye de omo benne and then me time nyina me new sports ministry no.
Me see committee de hu hia o. Committee say de on be fa coach.
Say na ye be pon 6.
And you go up to 6.
Yes, you go up to 6.
Yo ha.
Ti nkofo frem nkofo kan kire nkofo say omo asem aba ha na ye bedi asem no pepepe. Now when you go down, regrettably, the recent and continuous okay, before I even move that. Over the years, the ministry, especially under the administration of the current government, Massa, somebody should tell the ministry, say, the failure of the Black Stars is start from the government. So they should not come up with any statement at the end of the day, don't make an attempt to take away the poor performance of the government when it comes to management of sports. Because all the catchers say, over the years, the ministry, especially under this administration, now what are you saying? Over the years, the ministry, simple, don't tell us under the current administration. One way or the other, to I am Piama, past government, Nana.
Some don't discuss him, don't invest it.
Wholeheartedly supported our national teams. Look at this lie. Black Queens are qualified for World Cup. I'm qualified for major tournament. I'm salary, I'm winning bonus. Any salaries of national team head coaches in Koi.
As if we don't know.
And what is the ministry trying to tell us with this statement? National team coaches at a point in under this government, a buy way, our ministry way, more casa may invest in more wholeheartedly have supported the national team for 2 years near the national team head coaches car.
We was a blasters.
The blasters in particular. In particular. I found our single blasters. But they can't ball other national teams. And our Cassia we can now blasters.
It's a lie.
I am true.
But others are suffering.
So Catherine say, wholeheartedly have supported the blasters. So I can say wholeheartedly, you have supported the blasters. I am okay with you because indeed you've been supporting the blasters anytime they need you. A brave blasters ni here ono. What do who are in the wuja eto mechi. Enti minister ebetimi close to office no adi omechi akwa Nigeria baby omeko bi odi akire. Enti wholeheartedly if you have supported the blasters, I'm okay with you.
Zach mani owi anu aba. Owi anu aba.
Wholeheartedly supported
mani owi na wa yi anu aba.
The only thing is that omunyen as
mani owi anu aba.
My first question here say, is it true say this particular government at a particular point in time, not 2 years, the national team coach is Kana? Is it true or false? So catch them say wholeheartedly, you have supported somebody. Won't me then confuse you? Won't me bisan? Won't me then confuse?
But the other areas so my
my first question. Why you know?
Coaches yes.
Is it true that this administration, this government, there have been countless times and other national teams have bomb matches a winning bonus. I came over months. Is it true? Oh, there be. I came over months. Is it true? And where they describe this as wholeheartedly supporting somebody. Where they can? Is it true that under this administration, blasters and justice are ebi o man say net me to try them other national teams mo sha na? Is it true or false?
And they maintain.
Oh, na me catch them. Blasters Jesse Black Queens for the ball match back. No me Jesse na twetwa so.
And they my Black Queens for.
Yes. Jibo to one who say dey na.
And they say yeah fi na adwuma.
Now wholeheartedly one say blasters be sa to omoda. So if wholeheartedly supported somebody,
you have to blame the FA.
There be if wholeheartedly what support to be the clothing who take care of it.
Tell Puma for next.
Yantia the national team sako pram break up because they do any ho. Yantia won't say ask them na.
FA juma.
There be on that. So if the ministry is telling us say under this government wholeheartedly must support to other national teams, our national teams are, it is a lie. I will agree with them if they say they've supported the blasters. But other national teams, we've created a conducive and enabling environment, invested in the development of the team, introducing performance-based reward system. The government recognizes the importance of sports at the grassroots level. Grassroots level. And under 17 coach with me 2 years in Indiana. What has been the role of this government towards grassroots football? So if you recognize the importance of sports at the grassroots level, and then all African games, all African games. Not camping at this point he's talking about sports. You are not talking about football, you are talking about sports. This government, at no particular point in time, was support to sports at a grassroots level. And when you have football, say sports, what way? You've been around for a very long time. Mame nyoma be num a government no aye to support sports at grassroots level. Now I'll wait. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Me too.
Debbie, I'll wait. Debbie Buame. Ministry in the statement, Tabani analyze it. Why also show me Facebook and other things? You can tell me, say, if this particular government, I will say, why or recognize the importance of sports at the grassroots level. No, Buame. No, who the grassroots level investment, Bernum, by way, aye, and the sports, not football, or say sports in this case, and not Russia. Another lie. Statement you be near who trouble 10. I'm telling you. Also, invested and continually to invest significantly in infrastructures and other logistics to nurture and develop young sporting and footballing talent. Jibo nyame hu nipa mobo. Nyame hu nipa mobo.
Nyame de se de bi hu mobo.
Infrastructure investment. I anti kroma no mo so mo ye 10 day. 10 regional day.
O se no ma ye bia.
O ma ye wo he?
Ho me hu
ho. Fe we mame. Fe solo mame no fa nyina hini pictures ne bra.
Me hu ho.
Da bi o fa nyina hini pictures ne bra this year.
Recently Nanado dankwa ko bie eye
Okwa United.
Kofodua de.
Okwa United. In Koko Park na ko zen.
Then no buy na be.
Nyom na ko kate so. It was a president. Me am couple. As a statement be na dey politics. There's a thin line between sports and politics. But baby, I'm a fan.
By Obed.
Sporting no. Ebia. And the car Astrotef born your ball. Oka sporting. Sporting. Involve every sports. Baby, so don't come and tell me so why Astrotef.
Football sports.
Almost statement. Almost football. Almost football. Sama. Many problem. But I catch them say, we're investing in infrastructures and logistics. Logistics when a wire to nurture and develop young sporting. Awa he.
Omoyebi. Legon. They be all African games.
Anya omoyebi.
Yes.
Kind the last time I call for call.
Yes, I bet you
the cassette you.
Bottom there.
Cassette to develop.
And I'm sure say, a lot of multi-purpose sports complexes. And I'm sure say ABA the use no. Any new soon to develop it. But I say infrastructure there. I'm not here to do politics. But I think government will omayebi. But how to use it to benefit our sports?
I'll give them credit.
That is where the issue is.
Credit.
By infrastructure,
infrastructures for AstroTurf and football, but they've not invested in logistics to nurture and develop young sporting talent in this country. Entro. The castle be and nurture develop here. Now the logistics are back to nurture and develop young sporting talent. You are lying. Onye. Among other sporting talent are through their logistics and infrastructures. We move away from football. Those who are listening, the ministry should tell us, say, through our investment, any logistics are all claim or statement is some of the abano. Young sporting talent, don't was saying, and it may arise through the attempt to develop a nature talent. On my country, you say, Yanko Pong, and chen were you to Otuakunyon. And all African games, remember. Then we will see whether we are nurturing and developing young talent in this country. Regrettably, the recent and continual poor performance of the Black Stars highlights fundamental structure and systematic deficiency in our football ecosystem and journey. How can you invest in infrastructure and provide logistics and at the same statement come and tell me, say, there is structure? What's the fundamental structural and systematic deficiency? TMA, so nature talent. The first thing I'll be establishing a fundamental structure and systems to aid young talent. So if you are telling me, say, why
investment in logistics. I have been nature develop young talent, footballing talent, and also can who. Now we na no ase. What's be catch them say? Yes, our fundamental and systematic deficiency in our football ecosystem engineer. And yes, I say me anyway. Fatu simpie so pa na way. Now wa catch them say ebu ebra and I say.
I say about back to Masama American say. Eba infrastructure, but so my a lot. Or the engineer football nko. Over the share the number of astroturfs. Our government we are. But a new connection with the development of our football.
So how do you
say what's the so when you talk about the infrastructure in there is there. But how are you used to benefit the development of our football? That is where they
my opinion is so cultural say what put up measures are a nature develop young footballing talent. And just no kind. There be a kind. One I kind. And now we also have a catcher me say, yes, our fundamental. Fundamental, just a diano, assasio. Na assasio. And you know, how are you nurturing talent? How are you creating an avenue to help develop talent when you are also admitting, say, your fundamental and structural issues? No, can be me. We are there, cause oh, me school idiot. Me boite ten kwala from Ashasie because we use the word young talent. Me boite ten kwala efri Ashasie e mo bank kakra saa be durusuro. Me an ma creative way na we are kwala kra na be fam an kakra wo talent wo mu beba soro. Wo wi anu asa ka tem say me school yi die your fundamental issues o. San nyoma mienu no. Are you not lying? And you're throwing a water. Because if the moment you admit that there are fundamental issues, it means that we don't have an avenue to develop a nurture talent. So what can say? Your finishing issues are, then it means that we have an excellent fundamental, we have an excellent base by a finishing enye, mediatum. But I'll catch them and say, from the talent point, I can't say be a talent, infitiasio. I feel never fraba be a superstar. Into catch them so what you can be at all. Talent I have babet me first work drusro. Now yes, I be catch them and say, Asiana and Kasanya. Then there are systematic deficiency. How can you add these two together, Jibo? And at what point? And at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, I recognize it, say, there was systematic issue. At what point?
Somebody can in 2 minutes. Namen Kozakito.
I'm on fair winning to tsunami. At what point? And Omube who say your fundamental issues. At what point? And Omube who say your systematic deficiency in our football ecosystem. A brabane. A brana Accra Sports Stadium. Ya tumu di abo concert no mu yana. Ano no ma a brand national team. Epe baby a preparation wa Ghana. A omu nya bi no. Sa time ni nyoma who say your fundamental issues. If you've invested in infrastructure, your national team, the last time Black Princesses no more prepare Kumasi Asante Kotoko Stadium. Adakwejache. Infrastructure na way. If your national teams will have to use private facilities to prepare for tournaments, prepare for qualifiers. Now we sabe catch them say in terms of infrastructure you are doing well. Sebi infrastructure papa ben away.
Alasan Said Zakito, Amintie Uswe, Amintie.
Jibo, I like umeki an input to be, and it sums up this release. Say when you have kind release here, you make some conclusions that will not represent factual.
The own name.
Say no, no.
The old kind
and one I'm making. One, take out the first paragraph and come. The second paragraph. Despite the indications that all was not well with our beloved Black Stars, hope persisted until that fateful Monday. One. Selbet, before the Black Stars left, told Ghanaians, say, only hope of Black Stars, they will not do well. That means team Munko Abdukosana. It is a team that over the years Bafo have sat here and say team we the omunyade obiara nim je Ghana for have said that team now not playing very well. Does that mean say if they qualify for tournament Monkwana? And that point, no, that is what they are explaining. Say it is a general thing that we all know that this team over the years.
Exactly, maybe say we imagine over the years, no, which means the recent AFCON Ekobo year, the able Nansia Yukuyi film includes the World Cup, the 2019 AFCON, and the 2021 AFCON. 2019 Ewo Egypt, 2021 Ewo Cameroon. May can't wait because under the MPP government, then 2017, the number of tournaments of Mabo with the senior national team Blasters, I don't know. Okay. Most who say Blasters nenye, but you keep on putting a lot of money in the Blasters.
No, because that is your responsibility. Blasters or no? And then based on a unity.
So we can't. One say we engineer, and fuel. Was there be a metal a year gumne and I don't know unchanging, no. And
the man and the we should.
Nobody is saying semen call. But what? Nobody is saying
qualified there.
Nobody is saying semen call.
Yes.
Sort of say. But why do you still may assure say Sikaya cost spending will Cameroon no? The cost spending will Cote d'Ivoire and be more than the cost spending will Cameroon. We keep on increasing the amount of money you spend on Blast. Well, also say at the end.
Once you don't fix
no, you see,
I also fix the issues, no.
Jibo, you know, we shouldn't lie to ourselves here. Say the ministry and the face Blasters problem, no.
But then I saw a cast who.
No, say make no. Say who be Muslim. Yeah, it will be one any Blasters problem.
And it's only the ministry that can fix it.
But you know, say fixing the Blasters problem, no. And those who have been given the edit blash up don't Blasters problem no. Alongside the Ministry of Youth and Sports. But Casina no pato. See our main committee some coach no. And yet 5 no yet ministry back home. See assembly yo. See our committee say coach no. Ministry back home. Football for 4 and to go and deliberate. Get a coach. We are no matter ESCO. ESCO will sit again before they go and meet the Minister of Youth and Sports. No matter questions and say, Coach, when you to appoint. And to go on, Ghana by the more like doing the paying.
Then they are not serious.
But more of the as to who coach the Blasters because you and ATI. Say Omako Tenase. So Omako meetings 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Say you go shame no. Coach Asumesi and if he's competent to come and coach the Blasters. The other officer or the best. A, B, C, D. Say a tangible or not tangible. No matter convince it. Say. Abaya jail to appoint the coach. Then the coach come and fail. How? You see, this
only data may blame about ministry no. And here the ministry represent the government. Zagito. Oh, your driver. And I'm a talker mouse if I juma. Okay. The mirror from one say obey sales at the amame. Okay. Medical and amount sales ma. There be a ba or say can't afford tabaum. Into a sea quay. And yes, I can't intimate in sequence. Number is can the amount. A dear channel, but number is can the amount. Nasa me see me a car owner. Namen Koshadi Cruntia. The be our Baba catch him second afford to one. Then I'm not serious. As my cannot say, then I'm not serious. Because FNA doesn't put any money in the Blasters. A canning in a ministry you know my bino. And I buy any sika any other Blasters no. There be a discale room, there be a discale room, there be a discale room. Sikana di room no, ye nya ho benefit, especially say be matimemu fo na ni aje. Because ye no near quantify na sika wu. Ye tie ye ka say ye bo AFCON and as to be we na Blasters aje. Nobody cares about scared share Blasters. Because any je na ye benya no, o quantify sika ni ntimi ntua. But say the shame na sa de na ma. O say FN ntimi ministry de FN na ye bibi o mo na hwesoma ntimi to o me da bia omba na me diska na mo de akwa dompe.
Do
sana bezo ka kire
e sana me ka kire
ene kan do bezo ka kire
last time coach ya pamna ya na Ghana for yourself the FF1 ya bro mo nti ya ikwa kopie coach minyi me hu mfirim jibo mini wa na yenya support wa ban say ya ngo pay coach and dey support go back creating
yes
oba no obogu yin mani ma say obogu yin ma say poto and afi oko eti we the people's coach you find the nation's coach you to need the nation's coach ko yin na jitum say yanko fa namra oba obogu yin ma say poto enti ano so no omo so kan chen say we have also fail a year now because football no there jibo you know coaching one thing about coaching there obi make play a good club A but go to club B and fail
o share ministry no release o de buy here so kind of carefully o ma kra je atum say a problem in your coaching
no say our problem goes beyond coaching
tie ministry no aje atum say o mo problem in your coaching
our problem goes beyond coaching
ye fa ne say me no Zakito ye nim the current state of Ghana football but based on ministry ni release o mo de aba na no de ba be kire the current state of Ghana football enti ye busa say unim sa nyoma we nyina then why do we keep on spending and for resource omre I won't fix the fundamentals
you see the spending aspect na be me kakra because bacho yenti asembi wasi 280 billion na and you spending on the Black Stars from qualifiers and lifting supporters to World Cup no sa 280 billion uyi mu 50 billion free moi I had these fast supporters a call World Cup in Qatar the akani na no matches you spending in terms of almost air ticket a hotel the home and away basis any fencing plane on fro eti sa spending na me if you person me ti wase dia ntinkai me ankobo ma mo for plane nkobo mo no me am qualifiers no because this is money that they spend it on air ticket hotel accommodation and this and the other there must so
mama one example mama another example
so we say oh it's not well and then now
ministry say the fundamentals are weak
which
and there is a foundation in ya
what have they done to the fundamentals?
Okay, we are not saying say me and high hotel my Black Stars players and I mean twa bonus mom me patriotic dem eche ye kobo World Cup wa wonim say team na ekono enye
fundamentals
because Ghana football na esro ne fom nyina agiegu
sana work on
then you went ahead to give individuals $100,000 omuna em $100,000 no what is their role what benefit any benye from so
erona these are issues that yenya betra say akondemo says how management committee
one of this says kana
management committee no me why the aban should sit down na FA at the budget abeka chomo say pay these 5 individuals $100,000 as each player is taking $100,000 for appearance fee because the kind of appearance they are going to make at the World Cup that they deserve $100,000 yes ya betra say ya condemn ya bibia but you see so but me as me say the space on Black Stars now I like I expect that I must yes statutory yes
but because baby I won't as any say when the state when the government is performing its statutory obligations and they should
yes
but what you mean performing with statutory obligation now we are not you any now and no more say
now what now
okay
if you are telling us that all is not well the first question will be say all is not well no then now as sports ministry we here to fix it
this is
so the basis near at what point who said the ministry have shown any interest even in the grassroots normal canon which includes our league
this is Adwuma
and division 1 and other things
I will promise na ya microphone oba yese wotena se ansa na watimi akasa Zach Adwuma mpanyifo o ma nto akonya ti asemi yo wa nto akonya ye tena se so a comfortability enema atimi bu ama atimi deliver bosumi sumbia still na mutua workers ka but the workers are not delivering usu nim say akonya na won toma wo mo no e affect wo mo then you keep on pumping money into the work how do you benefit from it
adebakwa jibo ye nya ejatum say the gap between the government and those doing running football emuwa in terms of collaborating to
emunwa
meba
emunwa
meba timas
zaka emunwa o
to collaborate
emunwa we
like hani
aden na yakọ tournament a efe ye budget e de command ministry a ye ntese ntoko asi ende no maji atu
in terms of football grassroots level as my Kenya grassroots level Kenya aban do be han so provide infrastructure no but him said to like football only there ni yen no ma said there ni the answer he will provide
by secretary do mo so mutua
no you say ye ka grassroots say me a ye do ko so mu nyina no omo di han say
omo na di abo
David na say omo na di abo ana ye di so say ye do ko so mu we pass o
investment no an investment and me so aba why investment no
grassroots so bad is to provide the infrastructure but say you be develop plan no ma say there and if na say there so we should ask ourselves say are they providing infrastructure anya bian out of 100% but no 70% say they are
no problem
out of 100% we can give the government about 70% say anya bian infrastructure they are providing now
babu we sika no I need the infrastructure and all those things no number one is it giving you the entire infrastructure no two confirm no
so they are doing
I don't do what really why
investment so now so now I think say asemi na bafo you know how who the football dynamics no so bad who the football wa go pia no the football dynamics
I get you me dey here say so we be capture me say who ye investment with football from your heart wholeheartedly then I look at our national teams and I see how they are struggling other national teams now I'm struggling to understand investment now why you know the wholeheartedly now why you know me dey know so one can wholeheartedly and I can as much as I can na dey one ho dem be so na dey why now they also flew akuma mu nyina ye nyina ye ntuntum say e kwan bi e for so bo national teams no ye ne nyina ye show results na enye yesu ye hu say national teams na aka no sika kakra na dem blasters no and ka wo mo that amount of percentage ne kakra and things will turn for them we see that now what to push your one I'll ask questions so what catch them so what create a way to develop talent from the grassroots level now who's a talent development in now yes I'm a catch them say fundamentals this are weaker how can the fundamentals be weak and that the same environment help young talent
the government I think say and show a lot of anger on the GFE.
No seriousness.
You understand?
I feel no baby. No,
me no be agene say because the one you know. I say about now, we be amoto one question me nyina pick up me e dey makwa twomchi ma be because how they are managing our football, yes, it has been very very poor. But in terms of you see, you can say me na other national teams you know. ABS omu ntwa coaches ka. Ba mo ko campa omu na mo hwe omu no mo aduane di. Omu tu kwa na anu ya ko my qualify Senegal omu ba 3 matches aban na agbo ho ka omu hotel ombeda airplane bibia aban na agbo ho ka. The only other omu nya say they don't pay the national team coaches. But in terms of
bonuses
became by ya no makutua. Eti aban de e be say dey ndia omu ye. They are providing infrastructure. Though it's not enough, but any piano, Jibo, is better than none. But GFM as a body now, ya mandate almost they should make our football do well. No, Omoye.
Okay.
Omoye yenchendi. Omoye full on yenchendi. Yechani di. It's one of the things that say abino. Show anger by trying to let the football people understand say we can continue investing in football in the national teams once you guys are enriching yourself. Etika yetia ya ni wo gbowuram sika no mfam na mcheche mu yemfa maye. But it looks like some people are in bed with the GFA.
Some no.
Because me this sports minister my junior man say why this minister all of a sudden every every Eda Baba Koso.
I feel now be
no, assemble there. I saw fun baby, no baby. But my point is that we can't just rubbish just or release in Kumasa.
Okay.
But as I'm looking at it, no correct. But the best one to phone say, as I'm not looking at no correct. But most of mama ever for no head of you know.
But I say, Alasan says Akito offer Jima say watching the show live from Bielefeld, Germany. Jibo, my humble appeal to President of Ghana, Nana Adu. Before GFA can appoint a new coach, the Blasters, the government needs to investigate GFA before they can appoint a new coach, because the whole FIFA president was investigated by a Swiss attorney general in 2015. And no, for Jima, or no, and for TV, or Germany, or no, and a day Abba. Frank Achi or say watching live from Sweet Apple Laundry and Cleaning Services at Ebuakwa in Sunyame behind Kasaprogoki Yedase. And Nim Solomon or say I'm watching you live from Abu Dhabi. Mr. Kett must resign as FA president. Why committee? Amagana. But on a more serious note, the sports minister needs to be jailed with Kett. And no, any day out de Abanono. Pedro Madina Cruz. More updates from Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Also there out de Abanono. A champion George or say Ghana football is sinking under Kett leadership. Only corrupt people will support him. Also there no. Emmanuel Agbulagba. After we went and chopped our money finished, see the useless statement he issued. I even wonder Kett has still not resigned yet. Okay, on also the day Aban Nim Solomon. I want to say why committee rather. What is that sports minister and Kett still doing there? Okay, I'm saying Manuel Yadi can we add that. Akosia Bakojo or say the minister is not serious. He's talking about hope. Does hope win match? Which country have hope more than Israel? What is their performance on world of football? And also the no. Virgin chairmen are also heard from Akokere. Okay, Virgin here that say. Akosuaba Kojo Ediaba or see danger man assemble nyabutre. Sellers or say or see danger man is boiling. Okay. We also wine AT best or say watching you live from UAE. Okay, here that say. Adrianaba Saint Mark. Please tell senior bro Bafo Harry Bafo that I beg him. I need him alive when I come to Ghana. He cannot lose his life because of this curse Okreku Efe and the Mustafeles Black Stars watching live from Leven University Hospital. Okay. And I want to do man sure say we are. Nana Bafo who I was watching you live in UK. Okay. And also there our day Abba and no Prince Adakwa Nyameche or Zakito will defend everything from this minister. Eric Ej, I disagree with Obed. Indeed, it's true this government and previous government have supported the Blasters. Okay. Shayuba Tahiru or Sijibo and the F4 there. Senior Boateng or say they will tell you the government has built AstroTurfs. Okay. Sellers or says we say the government has built multi-purpose stadia across the country. Okay. We also wine and the twaso. Kojo being or say when schools games are not linked with football development, the infrastructure alone is not enough. What is the sports policy to use these infrastructures? Okay, good message there.
Propaganda.
Kwaku don't call or say Jibo, can the number of AstroTurfs be compared to Cape Coast Stadium? Even our type of AstroTurf is banned in many countries. We are not modern enough to catch up with the modern game. Okay, also there our day Abba and no. Kojo ben the another message Abba. Some mamenka we and manage Kojo ben messages on. Mamenka messages we and the message we. Osijibo when interco organizers don't pay for the stadium, they can't even use the stadium. Again, those athletes and footballers that compete in all these competitions go waste because the ministry has no policy, plan, and direction in nurturing talents for the nation. Okay, and no, Kojo being there out there, Abba, and no. Senior Boating so after building all these AstroTurfs, Blaster could not use any of them for the preparation for their preparation for the AFCON. Okay, Shadrach Nketia Ata or says Akito go explain tire. Eric J or say exactly Jubo, they have failed in how to use it to develop talent. But to say they have not up any infrastructure is unfair to them. Okay, also the no. We so why Nyameba kwa Joe or say where the timelines for notifying the fundamental issues and systematic deficiencies specified in this release. Okay, also a bizarre question. Benedict Ocheyeboa or say the new goals of the proposed regulations are also aimed at preventing clubs from breaching financial codes of contact. Where they say Sami Amanone or the Econo Anambwa. The Man City has no Babeka. John Kofi Asante or Sijibo, please any local news and Ameboa. Okay. You better say me Amawa. Some way Yedika Kadada. Kojo Benso de kind of that. Say no one neighbor Joe Esudi free Frankfurt also say Ore show no. Abbas Akwaba. Bibi aboko there. Okay. I say we are down kakra.
Come am ni Abbas di say. Oya papa. Also what to cars bibi re go fi. Obe ko school you say you down for car na man ko school. Car be no ato fi. So also we invest in infrastructure. National teams to prepare for tournament and use use private facilities. Infrastructure be no.
GFA appoints a 5-member search committee for Black Stars coach. Ghana Football Association. Almost say omo yinipenum. Omo ebetena se afi coach Ediama Black Stars. Omo na watwe miensa so omo fampe coach Emma Black Stars. Na empanyifo omo yi omo no de odano Ura Mark Ado. Ono na vice president Edema the Ghana Football Association. Afi lawyer is Ankuma Esquire ono so eka ho na be vice. Members ni bi director of coaching education of GFA Professor Joseph Kwame Minta, Lord Opokunti legend Lord Opokunti ono so eka ho, and William Cesar Carter, Chief Director of Ministry of Youth and Sports. Omomi asanso be members of the committee. Na we ene enhyehyɛ omudi agu ho criteria I de ba be coach Ediama Black Stars. Almost say the potential head coach should be a proven winner in coaching top men's football national team or club football. They say don't be so much any say coach na ye ba be fa no say wa coaching national teams and as a club football okọ ho no otimi ewini e wo ho. They say oyobi a nkruwa bon ne ho okọ team ya na say nkruwa bon e bon ne ho. Didi kind no. The Tosumienu almost say must have a football philosophy that aligns or complements our DNA. Almost say Ghana ha ye football philosophy. It is a fa coach a say coach no. Ghana said ye si dwene efa football ho no. Any kwan a ye fa so ye football ne said ye pese ye si boy ball no. Sa coach no qualify. Na ebebusa se Ghana ye wo kwan ye fa so bo book bi da ho e kire se de si fa so bo ye football na the Atosumiensa must hold the highest football license in the world with over 15 years coaching experience, and they oba eye ewiase ball boma wo ye coach a em se coaching license dey na wo soro pa pro no okay na pro license no so no ese watimi edi dwuma as a coach for 15 years. Yes, yes, I unqualified as Black Stars coach. They are also 9 proven track record in team reconstruction, organization, development of young talent. Ekwan ye be fa so ahye team no, ye be bobo team na no. Na fe kwan ye be fa so team kwara. Ama eye Black Stars no enya so emfa so. Almost say the atwato and I say 5. Or you'll be discipline or discipline record or your tactician. So share tactics go out to say yes, coach with your tactics. And now also leadership skills. Don't bet me a dinner chi and now kwa bet me a lead domini. I won't quote basa any pinchen ni ku sembia no be lead team no. Na odomo akwa kudi na say NSCT 3 weeks no say no be modjuma week edi kan omo say search committee ni be start omodjuma first week, you know. No matter criteria, any scoreboard validation. Second week, no matter scores, or my best friend from no, it be a winner 1, winner 2, winner 3. You're winning near Shay. On best shortlist coaches into more marks, no, near shortlist or more. Now for more interview or more. After the chatwo. Third week, there's a search committee no more mojuma. Or movie or mojuma. No more report aquacoma esco. Na esco no. Or my recommended at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Now for third week in no. Official announcement of the next Blasters coach. It's now watching me and son. And now ye baby coach at the Black Stars. Na yatwa ya kwentu for Morocco 2025 and if it qualifies for 2026 World Cup USA, Mexico, Canada. We a committee independent ma ye you Messi subiem. Uramak Ado GF Vice President. Lawyer Ace Ankuma on the Vice. Makado be President. Afi other members of Macau Professor Minta, Lord Opokunti, and William Caesar Carter. Omo enebehwe ayi coach e de ama Black Stars. So what mama sha sem free ho.
Well statement ka outside the mama me.
Ade oni bi.
All of a sudden me phone.
Sameji mane.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Na yeah share na. Well when you compare this statement a born for ministry statement and to so. Now all the total ministry need the na to say as raw for no me confused. Statement we announcing guidelines here the next coach of the Black Stars the statement
see the
statement of the Ministry of Youth and Sports now Osha say also in the coming days the ministry in consultation with the national team stakeholders
which is the
FA will announce a strategic plan to identify the course and roadmap towards revival of the Black Stars. And this committee comes up. But this committee is not looking at identifying the course and revival of the Black Stars.
We don't more select it. Almost met to committee for and then the bishop choir.
If committee we are not committee in your mother, but the course of the downfall
of coach.
And I maintain you maybe I say.
The coach.
Which academy no boom. I said the press conference now.
Chibo, I maintain you maybe I say. My minister now say in the coming days, the ministry in consultation with national team stakeholders will announce a strategic plan to identify the next Black Stars coach. Senke sana sewa and come no my. Banya sana sewa say the course and the roadmap towards the revival of the national team. So if you are telling me that our issue is fundamental and systematic, then the solution is not just the coach. And the solution cannot be one person because we have structural issues. And now what catcher say, oh, they are now also strategic planner. You better revival your national team, no. You better revival the Black Stars because we need to know the causes of our downfall. Then, because Dr. Bienu Alcono or the Paracono, Odi can be questions. Now, saying, oh, my lab first near you and you say, yes, a quadri malaria, Druno. You see a coil lab, never know a shimua. Both malaria parasite positive. Ebua, yet me my own the amount of parasite clear what body no. And no net tire a dura doctor and saw the man. Etiobu antibiotics ne other he knew at the back no. You never to me a hospital, you see malaria. Your resource bebano, you know will be different. Do you know why? Ubia how no. Any dear tennis no was system now 1. The parasite to do a war system me 2. Age 3. Ya kanin na bom ni apanu drama. So if you've not conducted your strategic plan to identify the cause, how then do you come in with? Because I said the revival of the Black Stars. So can revival of our national teams, I met you Black Stars the end kind.
But this time we are talking about the revival of the Blasters. But my statement is not say a problem pay your coach. No man, you know, welcome more. Ministry no quite different. And if it is so quite different. When you no crap was I deal with a PR no more.
Simple.
No crap was I deal with a PR. You know what? You just throw as much as possible. Antonio Mengum. Zaki to be Canadian. Obed be Canadian. Abbas be Canadian. It's ye two as many as you can. Unim sa oni akola ofio.
We will be on each other's throat.
Na se on person akola na be fa ofo. Akola na fa ofo na so pe bi foforo de ma akola no. O just ade no to so pe foforo de ma no. Enya sa na ni be ba ofo no so. So to yan dilute to the attention of Ghanaians, you know. And then there will be others that will be discussing the qualities of these personalities. Ya point you almost coach my head. But what I say, there will be others that will go down to look at criteria they set it. Will be discussing, no. Will be discussing penny for no more committee, no. No be discussing factors near the point to coach, no. Will be discussing ministry, dear, no. To many baba monso, no. Na brain chum. Na time na chum na ma agenda for topic for near the amamo. And that is what you are doing. So, just a cost 90, a busy for nothing approach. Clearly, seeing fixing issue no money, you will make us much. In the coming days, the ministry will never announce any strategic planner. Woman, the Bible revival nationality. We don't know how. Now let's come to him. Mark Adu was part of the Blasters Management Committee for this tournament. TNU. Mark Adu now. Committee na nko pe coach mbrɛ no ɔda no no Blasters management committee ne de call tournament we ekɔre no na ɛda no wa adwene ho yi ɔna ɛda no the last time Amakado ka committee ho aye kɔfa coach ɛde no was Milo
enye so bolo
he was part of sa three wise men na ya appoint you omo de kɔfa Milo no
na ye ono na
Randy ɛna Alhaji Sita was say Zida. So Mark Adui. At this point, how do you tell me, say, or what it takes to fix our issues when he's been part of the problem for 3 consecutive times?
Only bibi. Asem bi say ana ne kan den but mama nkyere wa dey bi. Efefo we mo no. Here they always try to be smart. Onim. Say Mark no MPP ni. Or you're very strong in the MPP government. Nti say yempesa aban no ebebe ba yensi mane de Makado abegina ni mu. Nti Makado de ono ne aban na ye nti ono ye de Makado begina wa he will know how to deal with the government. No Makado no mu gina chi na Makado na ba beje de amo.
No masa ko fa isan ko so be kan ho.
Eno ano mo wi.
Nti na me say ye how na nkasa no mo nyoma nyi so mo pa no aduru. This to be the last thing. Do you know what you should do? You should appoint an interim coach. Yeah, how say no. Fact is, yeah, all last year, 3 weeks assembly the coach. If your problems ni near a proven winner. What coach at the top level? Obi I oba be fit, oba complement your football DNA. Meaning we need to even analyze our football DNA and philosophy. Ewe dear the anything. Ye ko obi obe complement. Ne visions align with your DNA no. Ye we are highest coaching license at the top level. With a proven record to reconstruct, organize and develop your own talent. Meaning you are trying to tell us that we need a reconstruction. 3 of last one. Proving in terms of discipline, in terms of tactics, in terms of leadership skills. Jibo, listen. May the main sebnisi, Emreno, other panel members need to talk. We will come back to this problem again in the next 2 years. I'm not a prophet of doom. And yes, Obed Debia me be man was some make biane asemwa ebuni pabem no. But there's no diagnosis to know what is really wrong with us. We are just prescribing any answer there be itirim.
Okay.
and so we nipa na woyɛ saa w'anim kɔ wonya bi da wokɔ baabi wate ahwe wote hweyɛ no wonya ntena ase hu deɛ nti a wote hweyɛ wo sɛ bia wo mpaboa n'ase ɛna ɛtoro ebia nanteɛ na nkasa na saa pɔtɛm wɔ no bia wonan na ɛngye fam ebia na adeɛ bi da hɔ ɛma wote hweyɛ wonya abotere nya ni nyinaa wo wasan to aso kɔ. These things are not necessary. We are doing the right thing at the wrong time. This thing can be done after we know exactly what is wrong with us.
Bafo mamintiwe.
Jibo.
Bafo.
Once yayi coach edini die. Yebe san fa foforo. Because the national team will be existed and will be existed for maybe forever until the end of the world comes. Enti team bi aso so hia coach. Enti ebe fa foforo. Ebe fa foforo nipa na be kwakope coach no. Enti say ye put nipa together. Ede akopa coach no so eno so no enye bibia eye adenwanwa. How we want to point our coach. Sometimes it mean nipa ba ko. You say ebia kona kwa head hunting. We am ye me pa so mo de head hunting kan ho. So enye head hunting.
Yeah.
Enti omo nye de omo receive CVs.
Yeah, no more go to no interviews.
Elson so. No more interviews. And you how many weeks na dey ama wo?
Now what you mean sir? 3 weeks.
That is monumental. Unma di Kuruntia. Already as at Enra now if you not receive more than 3,000 CVs. Already even as at Enra. Now if you want to sieve the CVs and pick a correct one, almost almost set criteria on there, but in your time. Because as I said, so now we are after na obe didn't to send any and after why your interviews no, but eno nyina enye the problem. But you see, look at something. The Ghana Football Association is quick in sacking the coach, quick in appointing people who will look for the coach, but 48 hours after Ghana's elimination from the tournament, the Ghana Football Association has failed or refused to at least tell Ghanaians we are sorry. Ghana Football Association so quick yenny coach nedi omo yinedi. So quick yen put a committee together omo ko coach omo ye. But say omo be catch Ghana for say yen ye hwe team no so mamo. Ye de team no ko ye do na ni da so and sori no na say ni da so ni say yentimi anye kra na ye be kwakodu akiri. Na mom se ne ye pe no ankoba ne saa. Mo fa nchen. Na mo ya konya na yen san ko biem. Na yen nyire ye ho. Na yen tutu yen fa no mo nwa kwam. Na ema da achi bi no se ye ko bi ma nde na ebia ye tim akwa bibi di aba no. Eno de they don't respect Ghanaians. And yet the firstness of ye and so be coach edi. Can you first now be say come back committee and coach? You see their line of thought they are more interested in say because omunya coach pa ya titi say so mo China Argentina with Argentina we are qualified so ho we are you see the other day and purely no man be omu de benye sika. Everything about them is about milking the state. These guys that are sitting there, for instance, the vice president of the FA, doesn't something tells him he should recuse himself from this committee? When he was part of the first committee that brought a coach, it was a disaster.
Coach, I be 2 years.
Coach, I be 2 years on your Juma. Okofo de ni break Ghana form obe Jessica Piton
di atem we de nye sobolo amoni mi yare asobolo sa okroma. Hey,
so these people now masa be we sobolo ma se mani ma jamilo o de sobolo ma me kwa milo for long time now say bi na me nya ba ku bi amenum ye o say me ko mani avance asɛm na yɛka no asɛm no ɛyɛ asɛm a ɛsɛ sɛ obi etie yɛn a isi dabi ahofo sɛ bi yɛ kasa hunu bagye mo sɛ bi sɛ woyɛ badwema na woyɛ obi a wode amene no a nyame de ma wo na da wotim no yɛ adwuma a ɛnsɛm a yɛka nkɛsɛ ka wotie bie ɛbɛyɛ dan na me yɛma ma adwuma ma ntimi anyɛ adeɛ kyɛ ne ɛsa kɔma ma ɛsa adwuma korɔ na asɛm nkɔyɛ nti wɔwɔ mu tii committee no doesn't something say tells them something bibi nka bibi nkyerɛ wɔn sɛ wɔadie but wɔn nim sɛ sɛbi mpɛduasa momfa nkyɛ me mo nim wɔ mu srɛ momfa wɔn nim sɛ Ghana fo yɛgyimi
lawyer sankuma ɔmo do bɛyɛ politics free.
But you see, I want to clave on the indulgence of lawyer Isankoma. Lawyer, you are a respected lawyer. With all due respect, lawyer, say thank you to them. Go and do your law and lecture. Ombegu anumasi o, Isankoma. Ombegu anumasi. Isankoma ombegu anumasi o. Ombe toto chai, ombe magana for you. Wo horu yebu. Yenya asem emremu ane afrew no wa kyerɛkyerɛ ma kyerɛ ne nyina yɛni agye sɛ papa wɔte mra me nkoyɛ ma enkura nkasa ntia wo lawyer na wo ma ɛbɛka wo mo Isankoma bɛka wo ma o ɛbɛka wo ma bɛka wo yire jai fa wo bo kyɛ wo na bo wo ma sɛ no da ade ne bia keka kɔ no if you know somebody tell the person say thank you on fa moduma because you see adeɛ de keka kɔ no adeɛ no asɛyɛ o apratete awie baabi ade no akɔgyina no sɛ woyɛ a respected lawyer like lawyer Isankoma is a man I love because sɛ asɛm ba kurom ha na yɛ mmarasɛm na sɛ yɛafrɛ no na sɛ wɔbie mu gye kyerɛ wo a yɛmpo illiteracy mpo yɛtumi kama yɛte aseɛ yɛna the only reason why we know Makola and say you know you could do Makola but otimi chiremu judjam bia papa mu what hon mo say mnanim ni na akasa no lawyer Isankoma ya paucho ya say na me din koto je paucho ade na wo de mo no menye so obe lawyer Isankoma ya on kan say hey Mrs. Isankoma yes catch on ku say man mo onye obegu nu ko nmase Ghana football baby I do know respected people like you must not involve yourself in it until we kill it. We need such people, of course, not ways about that. Jibo, personalities like this we need them, but not under this circumstance. One here, one better feel be a one here, on that change be a it's a lawyer Isankoma me paucho. Catch on so down my sin, I mean, so but they say I busy too much. Tino, would you next time you're on for Baba Yene? And ocean here because Joe, share would they just look at the ministry statement, just oppose it to the statement from the FA. Kabi Beach will say, and yeah, that is my friend Lawyer Isankoma, my good friend. Only mean that I love him. Nice, handsome man, not like me. But yes, we go here. We never know how fast. Because I don't know the yawo. We don't know. We don't know to me sir. And the yes, yes, sir. S Ankoma. S. Say S. I saw I can almost say Papa no be no can say no. Say, he is highly respected in this country.
Yeah.
Ghana. What a handsome man. Try to put away. What a handsome man with an infectious, Pepsodent colored brushing teeth. Oh, Niseno.
Yeah, but no good.
Well, next time we'll be in the pictures and any beautiful smiles like this. Tumo Cantano. Say, Lawyer Isankoma. These guys will destroy you. One can say no. Seven predators will not trap it all. Till one no double no. One baby and four because then can this idea and can you be say to Ghana say ya and can the no committee yet. Wa blank of no. One who the sense need to tell Ghana say we are sorry.
Okay.
Hey, the ministry statement. Mr. Juxtapose, he's a lawyer. On comment over to the say no, if somebody is really means to do something. I don't know, if you know, a brasso, Yanka Bibi no come on, and you see, unfortunately for us, none are winning it because a political season. But what's them channel say? People who take decisions, no, why are you interested in politics and power?
But as somebody can gather from no dia go political career behind you. Some now can my things be our bend lawyer ye. But we've seen intelligent personalities or men and right with footballer or movie and obi and pomediate.
But for
it's a free anchor.
Yeah.
And ne or catch you boy could be and just ye.
You will marry
Alasan say
lawyer some lawyer
so feeling no.
I be a top notch lawyer Ghana hanomo. She say
to the phone.
Chachonum nana kufa do makuso ampa kutompa chachonum face out. Esi no mo na ye hwebo. Anameboa.
Yeah.
They are becoming the beacon of our law. Yes sir. Say asem si o man mu a na ye mransem a lawyer esankuma be do bi obi amfre no.
Alasan Said Zakito.
Jibo,
Meet you.
it is only in Ghana that we reward failure. Oman bia Ghana kwana menim say ya oman a ye rewarding nkugo. Why are they wa failing no? Ghana de u fail a say I feel why are they pass or failing tis so bo aba so failing. Ni abo aba so Ghana kwana yes ade no. He Ghana kroma say why are they wa bo homode no? Obia no bo aba so. We it is what failure we no. Then authorities will praise you near Boba, so they will give you even promotion for becoming a failure. This man Macado has become a failure. He is a failure. But now we are rewarding the failure. Yeah, but about to say, oh yeah, a failure. Now, Jibo, this man, your call World Cup 2022, he was still the management committee chairman of the Blasters. Ono na ene ket me kwatena se kwaye nhye se yemo $100,000 each eno ji no akodi ene ekwa ene ekwa wi e wo kuta group ne ba fi sa papa wai the fellow Macado ene lead the Blasters ene ekwa Cameroon ye kwa Cameroon ene ekwa wi ye
no George Amakon.
Sorry.
Macado
World Cup no dey kwa Ivory Coast. I'm sorry, Ivory Coast.
Qatar.
Make Ivory Coast. Okay. Ena odi kwa Ivory Coast. Ena yakọ anyeye we are back again. Now tie. Sa committee ayeke wan say me. This man has sat on 2 committees and 1 or 2 coaches before Milo. E dey try him for Kroma say Safe dear, they are ready. They've gotten their man. And a man be a woman. And obey say be or you be a good. Me no. And this same man, gotten as consequence say, Yemo Otoado metwaso. And Otoado be digging for them say Kroma say football Ghana coaching go on pe. No Dortmund any nyano bruta. And to no walk up bring now. Or the Ghana bed. I check on Otado or the Ghana bed. On Okokra and on Oko walk up no Oboya, Chroma Ponsiabium, Ampa, Oyana, Panain, or Sanabago Janokoe. So look at the kind of system that this man has been. Walk up, Wajana Tazan, what Dini Akwe, Yakwa Ivory Coast, Afcon, or Mako Jiskaya, Yabafi, Yanimo Mauritania, Mozambique enya the same points any abafie onu wa na kofa Milo e de ba because he was a chairman sa committee e Milo ba no a chairman Raniado was a vice and Abakono so na member so Macado was the chairman of that committee that brought Milo after must say after all this failure ye reward don say Uncle coach from the Blasters bi now Jibo if you want to understand how this FA operate, coach dey here coach. Who's a blasters no? For ball. The only thing is that you do your also junior teams in the year to nurture talent for the main team, but main team for football. At any point in time, the blasters as a young coach. And your coach be a very good coach who understands our your board able to come say no. Yes, our coach now, a very good coach. I bet me even with this our materials, because me see even because if anything, Abdul, our coach now, France ni na ode Comoro share ya na also wonders who Afcon or the Mauritania.
Abdul.
The coach Mauritania coach no.
Abdul.
The entia omo for match we no. E say you hu omo a paper yi. Enka e di papa mo so na ye yank ne because you see Abdul no. Ah the Comoros eyi e Cameroon. Ah the Mauritania qualify for round 16 no. The first coach na division 4 be France. And the Comoros fan who say this guy was a small boy, but tactically he is good. I don't know about Comoros or the Moko Afcon or free or Mauritania Kofano or the more wonders of Afcon. It's a netan biana, de bia and experience and a working experience here and okay, Groma working experience. Unima any poya, yes, because Unya know for 15 years in tea, Unya for 5 years in tea, Unya for 10 years in tea for Juma. Near go find a correct person just because system or much. It you be able to create a system first and chronics. Near go find no best age man. It yet me identify our own like Milo. Who made Milo? And Ghana. No experience, baby. But yes, but we saw the potential in him so bit near tomorrow. Nearby and power we tomorrow. 15 years then no. I don't go for Jose Mourinho. 15 years there, Jose Mourinho level. And I can't rate him at the highest level. Yes. 15 years there, Jose Mourinho can't rate him because have you name for only 15 years? Have you name for what you have from you? Only 15 years at the highest level. I think say we should set our parameters very well. And then they say, yeah, then they say football, they say they football. One, even the lie, you need DNA. Papa na buy omo traffic for 400 G's ke di no cut and up to now Ghana ni bill no document ni bi omo ko traffic for ntro and omo G's ke ni di ye say papa no ha ye fa ni senkura bena le pay omo ye football DNA
and so no FIFA na etwa
neka from the FIFA Go project eti one of the gentia FIFA Go project ni yeti access here because omo ko FIFA ntro say Omakofa a technical director who is working on football DNA. Eti omu chaneka. And just kind of this kind of football DNA. There is no single Ghanaian that have that document of football DNA. Oh, Kroma say. Eti by now, we should know say. A fan is saying our style of football no. Who could say ni epe? But committee Omakofo Mojibo. One. Macado fail. Lecture is Ankuma Esquire. Your band say in church and some and ya oya dear pa, but football obi no so on one day. It was the man question mark. But because of the knowledge on issues, what is an argument? Every man a chance. I was with my church and some football, but all you need today with a question mark on until Mamingo. Prof. Uko Pampama. At the black will be on a down. Your quality system must say in our prof limited to my. You see, Prof.
What's the Ghana's problem?
It's coaching.
Yes. Yeah. Prof Minka. No. Only so coach are there pam pam. What is our bone from Prof Minka?
A moment in Bonisro. Manka so my bone. A moment in Bonisro.
Okay, the Munyadian. What is our Munyadian? A moment in Bonisro. And so, Baba said, the Munyadian here. And the court is our Munyadio Cromasino. And you never Prof Minka. Prof, the PR to pam pam. ọ̀chọ́ 4-4-2 ọ̀nà wọ́tẹ́rẹ́ ẹ̀yí wọ pivot 1 pivot 2 ẹ̀yí afọ́kwa prof minta ẹ̀nà kọ́tẹ́ afọ́kwa mú pivot 1 pivot 2 ẹ̀tì prof
on the issue pram certificate of coaching no
on the issue
okay
ẹ̀tì sáà nípa wọ́n record of failing because he has failed our coaches in Ghana here ọ̀nà kọ́pọ̀ coach of Ghana who again Opokunti di ọ̀nà ọba akọ̀tọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀yà láti ní coach wọ́n dada ọ̀nà ọba j league máa rún yóò náà appoint coach náà j league náà Opokunti obi nkasa mi sẹ́ mi bọ̀ ọba j league náà ọba yẹn coach náà wọ̀ ẹ̀fẹ́ ní sẹ́yìn Didi Dramani ẹ̀nà Didi Dramani j league máa rún báyìí ẹ̀sẹ̀ ọ̀nù wọn pẹ́ni diẹ náà j league náà ẹ̀kẹ́ kuromasi coach náà ẹ̀yẹ disaster Opokunti ẹ̀kọ́ fáìlì coach ẹ̀ bá kuromasi David Duncan ọ̀bọ̀ pàmò nù káà mu ọ̀rọ̀ firi brekum so ẹ̀nà ẹ̀dọ̀mà ọ̀hún ọ̀hún firi dọ̀mà náà ẹ̀bà ẹ̀nì ẹ̀ pam di David Duncan Duncan sọ wọn ti aseɛ ade kyi yẹn na Duncan ẹ̀jẹ̀ training ground sọ wọn ti aseɛ ètò mu ti o Ghana fọ mẹsìlẹ̀ mu asami kẹ̀kẹ́ mu ti yẹ Opokunti dẹ̀ sọ kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ coach fọmọ Ghana no ọ̀nù kọ̀tọ̀kọ̀kọ̀ appointed coach it was a disaster such a person yẹ sọ wọn nkọ appointed coach fọmọ Ghana.
but akito wọn ti mi nteki ne experience wabɔ border wayɛ football administrator Pokunti onim sɛ at a point okura license A and B ne kura no nti sɛ ɔfa coach baako bi na problem ba ho a untimi same ne nyinaa sɛ ɔkɔfa coach na koye na wanwan
and the why ne yehu ɛnɛ deɛ the why eduma why ne yedu ho adanse nti yeso deɛ ba ha etiefo emu sɛ ntwa wo ntro yedi adanse pa na kyerɛ ɔmo nti adanse mi di afɔ Pokunti wo ne sɛ kɔtɔkɔ ba a ɔgye league ba league na ɔgye coach na ɔnyɛ na apɔnten na ɔbɛto no ɔno adeɛ tama didi efiri wɔn na ɔkɔfa no coach baayɛ no coach owie mpo na ɔno team no ɛda ne ntɔkɔ okuroma se
aba ba
jiba mi ri no o members here 5 members yi question mark Opokunti Prof Minta coaches ɔmo nya adeɛ vice failure eti realistically baako bi pɛra ne ho ni asɛm o yes we are going for from Blasters we are doomed once again.
Abbas akwaba ebiem yentie wai
ye de bia ye ka Eugene street sense sa de bia
eno utie board member
odoti
ono we
sense no na man for ka che ntie de wato me ba ho
baba for house supporters bi wo
amudo mo na se me de menwie me Blasters na ma ba no so
is it the Blaster here charles
na say na ma go pass no so do ta some de say o kaka body ya de we ya ne be the American say me de wiase de bia me kan upon some de ka che say wiase ne ma mienu ene kudi baabi na say nipa ne so de be control nipa na maka na say enya the right ontimi nya the right number bre to me ni sika to me ene sika kudi baabi a na say nipa ne so de be control system no na say enkoyi a mudi na chi a mo bebre papa ansa no otime sikwam
sisubiem
to me ene sika
to me
ene sika se kodi nipa bi nsem na se wode mo fa kwa bi so na kwa no enkoyi a na mpesa mo tene no a ya na eden
ti o kan ko sisei
me ka ko sisei se de ne direction e football na nam no to me wom ene sika sem wom
ade no so nye
de no so nye
ti amane kan ye because of sikani to me hwe
striker ye tuwe ye nyankwala sa me be hu araji 0 oni degree oh no kinveza obekun oko oba kinveza alaji griza oni degree what you say oko industrial yakubu oni degree what you say oko sani dendem oni degree what you say oko oba malam kones oni degree etimi pese mi chese hwe sa tam no a na sa mpanifo we produce players no produce players ema teams ema club ema national teams no from players ya mu produce na football abaye technical ya mu se na the computer
abaye
degree prof na doctor obi kra doctor imiensa ebidie imiensa ebidie mienu ebidie 9 but doctor but professor professor ena degree ba ko mga PhD as dia PAD as a PAD PH do a good degree kesiye ye be wie degree ni yehu ni sunso aso etide bia na meka say street sense bo na ye no yen amo ya de na maye no ete say yen mo fa ye say yen ye mu nwan ena kom de yen ena wo ahoden a wo adwene wonim nyansa adwene ni nyansa say mi ko twaduane abre nwan mi dwan eti ubugo ko fa wura odwane nwe ebre kom de no wawe ama dabi eso peduane a odwane die ansa na de abre na me di nka se kom de nti wo de aduane bia ma na obedi dabi oni ono ko ya aboa etu ake mi bia na me kase ye tiwe ye philosophy ye ball aye ball and again defend the hrisu no belandia no sam na nima pe bia ball wo ewura de ba say Ghana defender hrisu so head ball a won wo head ball no be say obotofuma no sam na nim no he bia ball na da ball fa ye me ball sa ye me ball sa so omo mi ense ye chi anko hwese de ne ball sitie ya ne babia ball no mde ko no a ye boa ye hwie ni ye hwie enye ye eti osi ese ku ye chi na omu asabi omti ase na nyame enanye om ko no omti ase na omudi ka ye ball omko busa omu na omu fa omu so nim die kakra nka ho na omu to kune kura no be light up degree kwa dia ball no se ya ne be because ejin ko ball na yen gani ye nim ye mefeld ya number 6 yenim so ball 8 yenim so ball 10 yenim so ball number 9 yenim so ball 7 yenim so ball 11 yenim so ball avere ne ko ba say ya Ghana ball abu na number 10 ya Ghana 18 na number 9 ya Ghana 18 owo ba dun wa won ti ase en ne ball aye boy se coach so mu o da bia me kam se coach so sa be pele ko ball mo ka so matake so mo do be pele am ka so matake boss 11 eti de minimum history sense say uja ba ko wani mu wa muso meja ba ko ho one against one
and they friend 1v1
uja ba ko ho meja ba usu ujo mu nyina ba muso nyina ba
degree is 1v1
eti na wo de wo ball a wo de number 10 ye be unu team ama house ama wo different wo winger team ji board mi ja eti me ada eti me that team di ball pom so ase wo ko shego because some omo ba chira sa na be ye eti kase ya kase so mo betia ye we ball bibi no abroni be ye be sua ne be pe ebi na sesi ye nya ha ba ye ya asphalt etimi di 1 week be ko na poto so ko broni a wo ngunu sa mutase ye food bridge man ye be ko ne aso ne makoguzo ne ye ton food bridge ne ye ton ko bridge a wo ngunu bi mutase ye bi no re tutu broni be ye eti ye hwe ye nya asesem ne yemfa sa asesena no emmo ye bra ne yemfa mo ye bra ne ni broni hia ye husunsun ya ewo ye ni broni ni si ye jaye de ne akofo broni de ye be nya koto broni ne akosana no enye ye hwekọtọkọ no mo defender bi sem ni obi kan di na mi afini efe pa no wura kokufori o wusu ada kọtọkọ match bi omni asere boy no bo kọtọkọ ayi omni bi team bi na ga ne bo bi so bo fokwa o wusu ni striker bi okroma oso yo no zema me ka cho se tubu na hana wa bandie se do di free sunya ba wo san kosa o defender and they Ghana defender hiri no balandi am pe bia board wo this was some nani mansa Ghana defender so wo ko wo balandi na wo some no pe bia board fa Eliani tagini gari ona na bo be ni e boy si em pass e ti defender ko em be no ho den
o de boy na ba so
o head ball wo suro obetofo ma no wo some nani pe bia board fa defender what go for defender no nya den
o so na ball ni de yan mi
yan pass
0536 61607 05
ya kan kwenche o mu
6178883 obeti afre no aba sto aso
eti ye kan say ye we ball so mo je tumi say ye ball no ya bo a omu ko fa broni bia ba omu me ye nya ball no se bimbanifo ni biti ase ye kese okwo si ye okwo kaze si ye ya yoku wo okwo mala mo wo ba so say no ebiti ase le guza mo ye we ball na ye ball
Okay.
Oma mi ambe bora, ni se bedi bro na chidi a ye nto no da e be se so a chese.
Openyi George Prempe Osi well spoken Abbas. Watching you live from Arizona, USA. Ubetia Fre Noaba 053-6161-607 053-6161-607 053-617-8883 Ubetia Fre na osu waba eye dwumadie no eso Abbas nti has assembly
Nti has assembly de kan say anapa mi kazem bi cho say aduane so hu se jaso na ehia na aduane no so ti wa nkoto ne ntam a aduane no wa half kura munya ni because a share
Abbas me first caller hello yes sir opanyi no dini ba bia kasa finado asemato aso
Scott Takwa.
okay you are choye tiu
All right. Until say the big guy said the Black Stars a year dream can any kind. Black Stars is to Honda. Black Stars could Mopa Jose Mourinho, Pep Guardiola, and Carlo Ancelotti. Just to mention that big say I'm seeing guys at the Black Stars Black Stars could that. Kind of reality. Kind of question that for.
okay yeah that's it hello
Good evening.
open evening yet you okay but you am going
The American say na ko te gana for sufre shaga man mo aye dio so be $300,000 ama obi o ti abuche reserve na gana obi tia onya bi obi di kura na ti ye bo ni ba bon pa say block of film no 90%. They go book uncle hotel bills, plane ticket. You have $100,000. Not gonna tell bread. You have money free. That's what the issue. You have money to pay. You bola, you bobi the pay by inside. The bola akwa keep a kuibe mo say. You have money to say. And okay kunso. They are pump coach the okay kunso ko. Gana for you so a barman and say okay very good. You good way. Ya gana Premier League mutu abako mo ko ba je na ma gana football. You dinati.
Okay, yes, yeah, that's it. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Abojafo mo boy juma na fofo nchira mo fa na fofo nchira mo na
yes, yeah, that's it.
Be ya jami ntima na photo ho na ja. But Philly Sports no
oh, okay.
Na you can free. Asante be 5.
Station here Promise FM 102.7.
Oh, nice.
And Unyana live on TV. Promise TV.
Oh, you need the hop papa. Okay. Why you pa ya mata ni
Oyepa sister station ninu yakuma.
Yo oh ene ma ya die mo watching no e da ho be papa na midiane o manyene igua kata fi
enti free juada ekopim fiada yetena se no nan ekopim no nsia
yo ene bibi ya be super good na ja me die gu afie na ni asna tese aka ho pele
okay
yo midiane o manyene igua kata fi asante be 5
okay
anya no flash out se Jose Mourinho e be ko tikura no a na se yakofa create tikire po ate ko ampo ba no a the India for crowd of the more junior here do mobile into the cap. Now, and your money look at any work in your young. It me and what you ma. And for about the fire, the catch them say, hey, a branch of a friend is where I work for no. Then commission say anything. One, near American say, 1982, one more Black Star, a couple of nations. 2 days, you say, what's a quiet day, Mount, couple of omuntu abosha edima me onto munkwantia na muntu ya ma omo no wan no na imo disika e ma wo mo e so omo nkobo e tsaka kete na omo nkwaje na mfa ni unyam na ebi hol mo afo ye titi e dan atoto to ka ni ne wanyama mo enko ye de bia da ye to ti no e Ghana Blaster ye jersey no me pa so Ghana flag no fight mu ana fight ni
yentwa so nyame ya do akina mani ajo contribution ho pa ochina mesa menya ka obeba ejumadi ne so biem yede munyina mu sia nyame eya adoma ochina efi no nan ekopem no nsia yebesa atena se biem ne yede highway sports